Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, know nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 406. Day trading for income versus portfolio manager. This is definitely going to be one of those interviews. We got Day Trader Cornell. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the one that's coming to the workshop on the flyer that you can see. So we're going to talk about it today. He wants to sit over here and stun and show off day trades online, whereas portfolio managers don't really show their trades online. So it's a different type of mentality. But we're going to have a very good, interesting conversation with Cornell the Trader. We have him here on the line today, broadcasting live from wherever he is in the world, somewhere. We got him when he got off the jet. So, day trading for income. This is the way it goes. Okay, this is the cup of tea today. This is the way the average person starts out. Cornell, you started out that way. Appreciate you for coming on live. What you learned to day trade first, correct?
Correct.
All right. You, now, okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and get into it then.
Get
How
into it.
many when you did the conferences? You were at a conference with 1,000 people sitting in a room that was supposed to be day trading. How many people in the room really was making more than we're gonna go ahead and bust it down and say $200 a day?
Less than 10
That's sad. How many were making more than 1,000 a day? 1,000.
a day.
Yes.
Nah, I probably about one of the. It was two brothers that caught on. Probably less than 5 or 6. I said more than 10. Probably about 20 caught on. 200, 300 type a day. Probably 5 or 6 caught on. I won't even say 5 or 6. Probably about 4 of us caught on $1,000.
Right. $1,000 a day. Cause when sometimes you meet those people, man, and they make an impression on you. First time we met, you said, yeah, in day trading you can make about $2,000 a day, and at that point you were presumably making about $2,000 a day, correct?
Yeah, I was up there.
All right. Now, let's fast forward. How many years it is? Who knows how many years it is? I haven't been counting.
It's a lot of years. Been training about.
No, since we met, since that day you told me you're
Oh,
making $2,000 a day. So let's just talk about the day you had today. Talk about the day you had today. Let's go. Talk about it. You got in the market. How are you feeling? Did you wake up early? Did you brush your teeth? Did you go straight into the room? How did you approach that day trading for income approach?
get up, pull that market on up, look at that chart, see what's about to happen, wait on the move I'm looking for, get to making some money. It do the same thing every day. Once you learn it, you wake up, make your money. Like we literally talking right now, the market just jumped up $200. You finna hear me hit the button in a minute. Boom, I just made some money while we talking.
While we talking
Just
right
that
now,
quick.
literally, you're doing this right
Literally.
now. You're doing. So this is. Let's just go have a funny story. I want to talk about a funny story. I remember one time we were on the webinar, right? And then somebody's trying to put in a trade while Cornell calls out the trade, but they I guess the lot size was too big,
It's too
and
big.
and so literally they're hitting the button to try to enter the trade, and it's the reject button that the noise is like it's making this noise out loud. They're unmuted in the webinar, and this has happened numerous times. This hasn't been like a one time thing. Like this has happened a few times on the webinars where he'll say something, someone will try to put in a trade, and it'll say dodo, 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 and dodo, and it's like wow, this is how the market is. What you could tell, like they were probably putting up, trying to put up some big bucks, like something like major in their account, and it was don't don't, and you hear this literally live during the webinar because they unmuted somehow. They're unmuted and making this mistake. So that didn't happen for you today. So let's just talk about it on the light end because we could review your trades. I could pull them up on the screen. Not too savvy, so I don't know how to do that, but I know if I downloaded the picture and then put it in the video feed, it probably would show the picture of the trades that you took today that you showed on the internet. So let's just talk about this. So so when you went into the market, did you have a stop loss?
I'm in and out so fast. I don't even really need one, and I know I'm gonna get out of it because I got discipline. I'm trained. I got discipline. Like, I'm not in there trying to break the market. It's real life. Like right now, I'm hitting the button again. Just made another $200 because I'm gonna be in and out. If it go past the point where I got in and it takes certain things out, I don't hesitate. You take the loss because you ain't gonna. Now, don't get it confused. I'm one of the rare few, and what I do, as y'all see, I barely lose trade. Like that's rare for me because I'm in and out so fast. I don't need to catch the whole move. I'm comfortable going in and out the market. A lot of people ain't. So I'm going in and out so fast. I don't need a stop loss.
What market are we particularly talking about?
I can trade all of them I want to, but lately been hitting the NASDAQ pretty hard.
Okay, Nasdaq. So you're not even doing Dow or S&P. Okay,
I ain't never really did the Dow. A lot of people like to trade the Dow. A lot of people trade the Dow because it's cheap.
okay.
Me, S&P, gold, NASDAQ, or Forex in different accounts, longer trades. Just gotta know what you're doing. First, you just gotta learn it.
Cause we did an episode earlier today about frozen assets. People getting their assets frozen. You know, there's some people that we know in the industries right now that they were employing a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of people. They were employing a lot of family members. And because they're going through a situation, literally the money's probably frozen for their family. So their family's probably a couple seconds away from maybe not having too much more. You know, especially the mansions. If you don't have the mansions paid off, if you don't have cars paid off, if you don't have these
and
things,
a lot of people don't even know that.
and those assets are going to get frozen. Why? First reason, because they're in their name. That's what we talked about. But we also talked about, think about it. Even if it was in a family member's name, do you think the boys came down on the family members too? Presumably so. It's only presumably so. Would you agree?
Yeah,
They gonna come down on the closest people to the people around. Like, all right, I'm sure y'all benefactoring from this so-called illegal money. So let's get back to it now. When you talk about the day trading for income, it doesn't sound like this is a for everybody sport, but somehow it's being marketed as a for everybody sport. Please explain that. When did you see the explosion happen? How long have you been in the industry?
talking about what trading picked up.
Yeah.
I actually hate that trading picked up because there's so many people in now. These bigger swings, you didn't have these bigger swings back then when it was quietly being made with just the professional traders. Now it's like a trend, people doing network marketing and stuff with it. Got crypto into the play. Now everybody into it. Back then it was easier to make your money. Like I could literally sit here and tell you how far the NASDAQ was gonna go that particular day by the way it ranged. With this being a good trader over the years.
Okay. So let's get into it then. Cause see, there comes the grunt work, the 10,000 hours of what they call mastery. We're pretty sure you put those hours in rather quickly. But why do you say you have to look at it every day until you get it? Particularly day trading.
It's repetition.
Thank you.
Market doing the same thing every day, whether people want to know it or not.
But come on, Cornell, it's a bear market right now. The market's down. How's it doing the same thing if it was just up and now it's down? How's it doing the same thing?
Because the same people control everything and they got their own system in play to trap you into putting your money in there. And they just sit back and make the bigger money.
So you're not gonna buy the dip.
It's getting close to time to go in and And like I said, buy some dips.
Yeah.
But you got to know what you're doing and what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Like the stuff I teach people, like I said, it ain't even online. So you know, just like I know, we both know where it's gonna turn around.
Right.
Everybody in panic mode with the Bitcoin and all that because see people. It's the difference between learning how to trade for real and internet trade. And it's probably gonna hit home with some of the folks that's gonna listen to this. Yeah, I went on there, seen all these fads online. When Bitcoin was very high, Christian, you bought all those little fake gimmick coins, did not cash out in time. Now you stuck. Compared to a person like Cornell, who's seen this coming months in advance, I'm just waiting for the slow, like you said, the slow dip down to happen where I know it's going to turn around and go back up and take the whole ride back up.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think the market for at least the S&P, I was like, okay, is this literally just a 1,000 point move that it just went down? Like the
Yeah,
market, the S&P only at 45. It was at 4,500, 4,700. It went down 1,000 points in 6 months. Is it?
that's
Is
a
it?
lot. And you
Uh,
want to know why that's a
Hell
lot?
yeah,
Because,
it's a lot. It's only 4,500 points.
but listen, that's where the most of your financial advisors and your insurance and all that is based off is NP.
Right. And
So
so
that's huge. That's huge.
that's huge, man. They wiped out a third of maybe some people's wealth. If we look at the numbers, that could be
They,
almost considered a third.
yeah,
And it's like that's 1,000 points of equity in companies, various different companies that they have in this huge market, this index. But then when you know, I know, it's only what, five companies that really run that fund that run that index. So look at those companies that down. Whether we're talking Fang, we talked about this earlier. How people talk about, oh, well, go buy Nike because you wear Nikes. Yeah, that sounded smart. And then they're telling you, oh, guess what? We got supply chain issues, and now our stock's down 20%. We're not saying that is true. We're just giving hypotheticals. We're not financial advisors. We're just talking about the fact that this is the stuff that you hear over the internet, Cornell, when they say, "Oh, what do they say? Go out there and buy this company because you wear this company." Do you
yeah,
follow that advice?
nah.
Right. Right.
Because we're getting a real education. We're getting the private education. Man, you got to get in the room. That's all I can say. Just like this conference we got coming up, you'll see it's a different conversation going on in that room. It's a real conversation going on in that room. Like some so yeah, we sit here and do this on the internet, but some stuff we ain't gonna talk about on the internet because we know the system. We know how everything work out. We ain't trying to get a red flag for what. We gonna follow the system that's in play. Most people don't know that. While y'all over here fad, we over here with these big institutions find out if you really like money, Christian, you're gonna find out how the money actually moves for real. So you can keep your money just like the big fish keep their money.
Hey, okay. So we're gonna go over into more of the portfolio management stuff because, some
Yeah,
people
that's
can
you right there.
some people can confuse you as, he sounds like he's a super wizard day trader. But what about this portfolio management stuff? It doesn't sound like he talks about it or he knows about it. But we're just
I
gonna,
don't know.
yeah, right. So,
We talked about that earlier. Like,
no, no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So Cornell, is it or is it not true that you went and trained a hedge fund over a weekend? Talk about that experience. How did that come about? You don't have to give
don't
too many
lie on
names,
that. I
details,
forgot all about
but no, you ain't gonna never forget about it because I ain't forgot about it. So you ain't gonna forget
that.
about it. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about how what did you fly out in first class? Did they fly you
Oh
out in a
yeah, they
particular
flew me
way?
out on the jet.
Exactly. So they
So,
flew you out on a jet. Okay, they flew you out on a jet. Okay. And then you got somewhere and then you're sitting in a room of how many people?
he probably had to step about 15 to 20.
So he has to have about 15, 20 people with computers, and they're in there as a hedge fund
Hedge fund. It's MIT, Harvard, Yale, yeah, guys, them type guys.
managing money.
Managing money. They had different parts of their managing. It was a hedge fund. It was in the real estate, trade, IT. There's in a few different departments. Basically, everybody had their own thing they was doing. Basically,
Okay, well, so what happened? What they brought you in to talk to these 15 to 20 people about what?
well, the guy with the hedge fund, cool. I got a franchise, so he's cool with the guy I do my franchise business with. We talking about trade. I showed him some. He made some money off of it. Couldn't believe it. Hey, I'm gonna fly you out, teach this to my group. How much money? You want? I got a nice little check. I forgot about that too. I actually got that was probably one of my first biggest checks. Talking about going to teach somebody. Probably that's was my biggest check I ever received
I
teaching
mean, for
somebody.
you gotta think about that. Like, how many days of work do you consider that? Let's just go there.
And that was a weekend.
That
And
was a weekend.
then we went to the game.
So yes, that was a 2 day weekend of work for those. I don't know. We can't say. We'll just say for 24 hours or 48 hours. That's just 48 hours. We could break it down into smaller hours because you really had to be somewhere and talk. But other than that,
You know,
they had you at the game. See, people think it's what we talked about the other day when I was like, he talked about how everything becomes free, Cornell. It's like, you know that's what it's all about because even that right there, that experience, what did you come out of pocket for? And they got you on the PJ, they got you
yeah.
coming to the game. They it literally like they say, and you telling me, yo, you want to manage the money? Yes. Look at these guys. They're flying you out on the PJ and saying, "Come teach my guys." You think I'm not gonna put 15 to 20 young MIT cats in front of you? You know what I mean? That's where the game is at. It's about the managing of the fund. I mean, you see where we if we go live right now and talk about that situation and talk about how that individual is selling the fund. That's where that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
to
he
you
made a lot of
about.
money because actually he was amazed to put. I think I told you that when we pulled up that Apple chart that time. I probably got the old video somewhere too.
Oh, I got it.
And man, that increase in the money they made. Oh yeah, that yeah. Man, that dude's still cool to this day. But he done sold the fund now. Like he growing it up. I helped him grow the fund the way he sold. He
Right.
just pretty much retired
Bam. Just like that. Just come on. You think you didn't rub the fairy dust on me?
now.
Come on now. You know what I mean? Some people maybe catch it, but if they don't see that you could do that, how many people have said it to you? I don't know. I just be honest. How
That was a
many
shining
people?
moment.
How,
'Cause
no.
I
How,
don't
how
have.
many people have said that they gonna start a fund and sell a fund that you know that's a brother or sister
But the
doing?
crazy thing about it, I'm in the room with people that went to MIT. Like I said, yeah, Harvard. I don't got a degree.
That's fair. We all in those rooms.
Yep.
That's just real talk. Hey, I think you're always gonna see think about it, Cornell. And this is the unfortunate part. The people sometimes that's really sitting on stage, they don't have degrees. But the people sitting in the audience got the degrees talking smack about the people on stage or whatever, whatever. And that's how it goes sometimes. It's really interesting. Uh, you know, it's crazy. So, yeah. Yeah, we just gotta get rid of something that just happened in the chat. You know, seen a whole bunch of silliness.
What they were doing.
Just we gotta report them for their stupidity. We don't even know what the heck is going on. You just gotta get rid of these idiots. There you go. All right, back at it. So, yeah, man, it's interesting that we're having this conversation right now. I kind of lost my point. Where were we at?
uh,
You over there trading in the middle of the daggone podcast. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when people greedy in the world. When you greedy, you always sniffing for the
Nah,
carrots. He's sniffing for carrots
when
at
you
night. It's ten
when you in
o'clock
the
at night. You in the
look, when you
market.
in the business, when I'm watching TV, you already know. I'm in the office right now, so I got a TV pointed at me. I got three monitors right here. You can't help but to catch the trade. It's right here in my face. Like I'm looking at them. Boom. I can watch TV. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes, hey, take a little, few little minutes, and money get to flow. That's all.
Cornell, I want to go somewhere with you. Somebody type something into the chat. We don't mind
What's
having a
it?
conversation because we appreciate people tuning in live. So y'all can feel free to type a question into the chat.
All
But
right. What
somebody
they ask?
somebody really want to know, Cornell, should they try to reclaim their status, whether it's in the with the birth certificate, yada yada yada, or should they go out there and try to learn to trade and make some goddamn money? And look, you could have two or
They
three
asking what
passports.
now?
They want
What's
to
the
know.
question?
They want to know about their status and reclaiming it, utilizing birth certificates or writing it down and not trying to be a part of the states, but have their status be acknowledged in their own accord over going out and doing what we're talking about and getting.
Me personally, I don't do that, but I don't even use my person. I don't have to do all that. We in trust over here, so that's a lot of headache for to me. I know how to trade, so I don't really need the government to give me no money or anything else or whatever people be trying to do over there. Man, ain't too many people doing this what I'm doing on this level. And now you give me access to free money with large accounts, which I'll probably talk about at the conference. Man, I ain't studying claiming back no socials or anything else because the way we operate business, I got that social in play and don't really need me use it. I'm in trust. I trade, trust accounts. it we not using social. So yes, I'm gonna invest in the trade and the trust system and going to get my stuff situated like it's supposed to be. That's common sense. A lot of people be chasing that status, man, but not nothing nobody doing but ask yourself a real quick, like I tell people with trade. How many people have you seen accomplish that and can show you that they accomplished that? Out of all the people in the United States, you ain't run across nobody that even establishing that. And the one thing about it, it still don't protect you from doing criminal activities. You still gonna go down that road. It doesn't protect that. That, but to each his own. I'm not what other people doing. I just do what I'm doing, and I show people what I'm doing. Like I said, you might look at it as brag the day I get it. Like how many times I gotta show y'all that I'm waking up in the morning and listening an hour or two and getting 4 or 5 bands every day. Let's add that up. And on top of that, non-Christian, I'm using somebody else's money because I understand business. I break bread with them, get them 15, 20% of that me use 250K, 100K. And Chris, think about that. 20%, right? Let's just say I work the whole week, 5,000 every day. That's 25,000, right?
Yeah.
I'm keeping 80% of it. Didn't have to use none of my money.
Okay, so you're keeping over $10,000 to $15,000 a month.
Yeah, you
I
keep it
mean,
really more
yeah,
than that.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
we it's really more than that. Yeah, damn.
But that's all free money. I ain't gonna say it's free. You gotta pay to take the test, but a couple $100 changes your life just like that. Yes. By sitting down, just taking the time to learn how to trade the proper way, the real way. Most people don't want to do that. They want it quick and fast. Yeah, go ahead. I take it nice and slow.
You know what's crazy? Somebody actually typed into the chat. They said they think it's for people who got a DUI or trying to get out of it. And it's interesting. Now, we appreciate the conversation and just the feedback, but
But
What's
what is the
crazy?
conversation about?
Right, they
Like,
want to know about.
you're losing me right.
Well, remember, people want to claim their status so they can get out of those type of situations. But it's like, yo, a lot of rich people get DUIs. What you mean? If they drunk and they driving, rich people drink and drive all the time. Like, people not worried about no $200 or $400 or $500 ticket or no rehab or none of that. You hear rich people going to rehab all the time. If they're not driving drunk, then literally they got a driver. That's the issue. Do you have a private driver? Are you gonna get your money into a position where you either have a private driver or you're and now we're not encouraging anyone to drive drunk, but we're just saying, like, why are you sweating that small little thing in life? Like, that's what we're talking about on it. And when we're bringing back to a full scope of, oh, I got a situation that happened in my life where I dealt with these type of things. Many people have dealt with those type of things multiple times in their life. Rich people just get off because they know other rich people and they say, oh yeah, can you get that off? Can you get that expunged? Can you sweep this under the rug? Oh
Pretty
yeah.
much.
It never makes it there. Why? But you think rich people aren't? Oh, we pulled over this senator. Oh, we pulled over this congressman. Oh, we pulled over this top police officer. Yeah, he was driving home drunk, and yeah, we had to kind of just send him on his way quietly. Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna turn on me.
But oh no, no, you don't want to get in a position where you know other rich people. Wow, I don't want to go to that gala. That's a $600 dinner right there, Trust Christian and Cornell. That's $600. Hold on, Cornell. It's a $400 VIP ticket, Cornell. You think I got $400 to go in a recession? And that's why you're gonna stay in it. I never felt the recession ever since we graduated from high school. I'm like, God damn, how do you? The only people that's losing is the ones that's losing, correct? Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Well, let's talk about it tonight. Oh man, Cornell, you be talking big, man. I don't know what it is about you. You over here talking about like damn near like you ain't losing no trades. 'Cause that's how you be showing it, and you saying it. You be saying it sometimes that you don't lose it. Now we not gonna quote that he don't lose a trade 100%. He wins every 100% trade.
That's my real screenshot.
I didn't.
So
Well, okay. Let
think
me
about
let me let me
how
see.
many times you went on my page. And out of all the posts I did, you might have seen me lose 2 or 3 trades. That's just because either one, I wasn't paying attention. I just closed it out. Or I just was in the wrong position, didn't like it, closed it out, and got in a better position. That's part of the trade. You're not gonna win all of them. I understand that. Most people don't understand it. And then guess what? That's when they lose their money.
Okay, okay. So in day trading, you have to have balls of steel. In day trading, you have to be ice cold emotionally. When we hear people talk about trading, all they do is talk about, oh man, I be having issues with my emotions and my emotions, Cornell. So let's talk about it. So what makes you bulletproof? Talk to the people about the emotional aspect because it's real. Please share.
I always accepted it as real even when I practice. I was taught don't put your emotions into it. Don't use money that you know you're gonna need to learn how to trade. Take your time. Once it clicks, it's repetition. You got it for the rest of your life. Take the time and study. Guess what I did? For 8 months without taking a trade live, I studied, practiced till I finally got it down pat. And when I started, I didn't have a big learning curve.
For the emotional aspect of it.
And I treated it like you supposed to treat it, real life. People like, okay, what that mean? Real life ain't getting what you see me getting every day. That just came from years of trade. For somebody starting out and you ain't establishing that, real life is saying, all right, Chris, I go to work and make $200-300 a day. I'm gonna try to double that. I'm gonna work on trying to double that. I'm gonna practice with what I'm gonna start with, not an imaginary amount. But guess what? A lot of prop companies popped up during COVID that'll give you the money, so now you do have the opportunity to trade out of a business account. So I mean, $100 trade might turn into $1,000 trade now. You got more money in the account. So when you trade, if you put the emotions in, just because you like a trade so bad, don't mean put your emotions in and sit there and lose all your money. Because when we trade, we always got a business plan before we even start. So ain't no emotions in when I got a business plan. Stick to the plan, execute the plan, close the plan, move on to the next deal. That's it, Chris. Move on to the next one. No emotions tied, nothing. You basically handling business.
Hmm. Say basically handling business. Okay. But then you did the transition. This is well, your transition actually is a little bit different because you had the cleaning company, and then you transitioned to the trade. So you had a different education. That education alone, you got some super mentors in your life. You had some super people you connected with. Maybe even if you wanted to share that right now of like when you were with the electric company and how you moved and started you said, okay, I'm gonna get around this group so I can learn. You learned from those guys, got those relationships. Then you went to the next environment, the cleaning company, built a relationship with him, got that relationship. Whatever other relationships you want to share, could you share the journey of some of your relationships and just like how valuable, how impactful at that time, what it did to get you to the next level? Talk about that.
When you get around real people, they tend to show you real things to better your life. Like me personally, okay, I was grown up. We ain't have a lot. We in the projects, we in the street, whatever. Okay, we learn because our environment, right? We think we supposed to chase money. What I learned from being around rich people, you don't chase money. The money comes to you when you're doing it the correct way. So now, guess what, Chris? You take your time. You learn it the proper way because it's gonna last you forever when you learn it the correct way. Compared to our way of thinking, we want the quick hit, get out the way, type deal, make it fast, and then when it's gone, it's gone. We don't even know what to do. We lost just that quick. We lost.
So how you stay in the game then?
How you stay in the game?
Yeah.
Move with like-minded people and get from around the broke people that's slowing you down in your life.
But come on, Cornell. Some people are like
Stop taking
family and
advice.
friends.
Stop taking advice from people. What? Read what I posted today. What I posted today.
Oh, if you gotta try something. It was something about trying something. Man. It said that. Say you gotta
Uh,
try something new. You say you gotta try something new. Say you gotta try something. At one point, you gotta stop
it
sitting
went.
there and
It
try.
probably went over a lot of people's head.
I
So
think it did. I think it did for sure.
what I said.
Let me pull it
Let
up.
me go. I got I got more screens up over here.
Yeah, I know they
I'm gonna
probably
read it to
about
you.
32 inches, and
I
you
want
know.
folks to hear what I said on that post. Cause on that post, people like, man, I ain't never thought about it. And most people are spiritual people. That's why I put it up.
Oh, you said something else then. Okay. We're
Oh
going to talk
yeah,
about
see?
portfolio management while he pulls up this post. Look,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, portfolio management not for everybody either. You know, this is an environment where at this point you're looking to go ahead and take it the long way, and we don't mean that in any
For
innuendo
another
way.
200 while I'm talking to you, Chris.
I
Add it
I hear
up.
you. It sounds
How
like
many
400.
how many
Yes,
times you done heard me say that?
it sounds like a few times. So I hear you.
We just said it 3 times, right?
Yeah, that
How long we been on here?
yeah, we've been on here for about 33 minutes.
That took me a long time.
That's why it's
I don't took
unfair,
it
man.
down.
Because portfolio management is such a longer route. Like it's like, ladies and gentlemen, if you're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, you're a portfolio manager. You're literally working every 2 weeks and then getting a bonus. It's just called a paycheck. If you can do that, you can get your money over a 3 month period or two or a month period.
Oh, here you go. What I said was, and I seen this somewhere. Like, you know what? That makes sense.
Oh man.
Anytime you're afraid to try something, they had some more words in there with it.
All right.
I just kept it clean. Just remember, amateurs built the ark.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yep.
Professionals built the Titanic.
And so it really can mess you up because when you say the professionals built the Titanic, I'm like, you got the hand in. I'm like, first of all, that Titanic went down. That's bad. But they did build a classic piece of art. Now, when you talk about the art,
Exactly, but
but
look at what the statement was trying to show you. Most people won't get started with trading because they thinking it's just some super advanced. Oh, I can't even do it type stuff.
right.
So you don't even take the opportunity. You know what? I'd rather pay this paid professional over here
Ooh,
that's
right.
supposed to be a trader
Exactly. Supposed to be.
because I feel they better than me. Guess what? When it was time to build that art, what they did, Chris,
They came together and got a
they
job done.
came together and got that job done,
And
built the
that's
art.
funny. Yeah, yeah. I wish I could put this in a
Now, guess
picture.
what? When they put the Titanic together, see, nobody said the Titanic, but who? The professionals.
Right.
And guess what it did? It
It's
went down.
yeah. It wasn't the.
You
I
did the
love that
ride.
quote. I love that quote. That was a good quote
Hey,
today when I
I
saw
like
it
that
earlier.
quote too. I like that's a fire quote right here.
Yeah,
Whoever
definitely.
came up with this, that was a fire quote.
I was like,
Real.
man, I don't know if exactly. I didn't know if it was yours.
Nah, I
Even your
stole that from
art.
somebody.
I think you want to compete with me now because even the way that yeah, because I have
Or
the
I go find them now. Like I really,
okay,
I
you go
sit
in
there
there.
and go through 100 of them.
Okay, okay, because I
See
mean
what
you
see what go along with mine. But what a, a media person told me to stop posting everybody else's page. Just take
nah.
your own pictures and post your own stuff.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. But I mean, even a quote still, just putting that quote there, the way you got it written on the
Yeah.
screen, and it was over top of a Lamborghini. It's so beautiful. I mean, the fact that you're a Lamborghini. I mean, I'm sorry, that was the issue there. You put that up, it's like, oh, all right, that's my favorite picture. But I'm not a big fan of Richard.
You know why I
You
put
know,
that up though? Cause ain't nobody gave me anything. And I be still doing some of the same things. Some of your favorite celebrities. I have celebrities come up to me. Hey, you see, I just drove my car to Walmart. What happened?
I don't know, man. You can go ahead and tell him.
4, 5 people walk up, want to take pictures and everything else.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't play ball or anything. I don't even have a college degree, Christian. I make more money than the average professional, and they got tuition bills and everything else behind their name. I don't got anything. Nah, because me and you think alike. We gonna go pay the money to sit in the room with the people that really get money.
Right,
That ain't the internet people.
right, right.
So now I guess when I'm in that room and I'm trading and I'm making all this money, like what you talking about earlier, I ain't in the right position. Who gonna get the majority of my money when I ain't in the right position?
Right,
The government.
right.
Now we in the room. Oh, tell me more about this trust system. And me, the crazy thing about it, we talk about this all the time. What I said, the person with the street sense and the common sense, when they talk the correct way with business, usually win at a better rate than the person that went to college. Because most people that went to college is bookworm. Somebody on street sense got to make real life time decisions like a real business owner got to. They manage things way better, way better. So it becomes a better learning experience. Because somebody like me that ain't had anything, I'm gonna take it serious. What my mentor said to me when I tell you about the trade when he first introduced it to me.
I think you say trade is something you
When you
gotta learn
learn
through.
this,
Oh, when
you
you
never have to worry about money again another
yeah,
day in life.
that was major. That was major. That was
But then you
major.
see, you know me, I'm not lazy. I know how to do this, but I'm still in a rich environment. We done paid 15, $20,000 for education. Man, Cornell's a lot of money. I ain't got that money. Them excuses. I get on my mentorship group all the time. I don't allow people to make excuses. I've been through the whole process. At one point in time, I ain't had the money like that.
Right. It's like you think so you're unidentifiable or something. It's like
I ain't
nah,
just drop, yeah,
highly
it ain't just
relatable.
drop out the sky. Oh, Cornell
Yeah.
over here showing. $5,000 a year. I worked the job just like everybody else, but I believed enough in myself to know I wasn't gonna stay there. Actually, I had this conversation with somebody today about changing the environment, showing different things. It makes you move a little bit different. The, the best decision I ever make, and I throw people out with it, they be like, some people in our culture, yeah, we get a little bit too black power. You know who first put me on to entrepreneurship and investing? Some a group of older white guys. A little dude from the hood, working with the older white guys, actually changed my life. Because I had a decision, Chris. I could do what our culture do. I could follow training. I could have went to the other side of town and worked with some older black guys that made a lot of money working. I think our regular salary was 65,000. They was making 160, 175,000 overtime, clocking the money and chasing the money. But me, I didn't want to work in the environments every day because I grew up in an environment. I ain't trying to be in the hood every day. I'm sorry. And most people that come from them environment, man, you ain't trying to be in no hood if you really came from them environment. I want to hear the older white guy that's going home at 5 o'clock, Chris. Some of them did work overtime, and they schooled me. It made me grow up. I respect that to this day that they made me grow up. Cause what I told you, I made excuses. But we talking about right now. We got people. I'm gonna talk to y'all because this how it would talk to me when I didn't have that. Cause some of y'all sitting on there like, man, I ain't got $400. You got to go buy some joints. You got to go out and hang out on the weekend. Why you can't sit down and save it up when it's gonna put you in a better position? You wanna know how they broke me down at work, Chris? What I said?
Oh yeah, the food situation.
The food situation. I was
Hmm.
wasting $1,500, $2,000 a month on food. Wonder why this old guy bringing his lunch. Like, this dude eating sandwiches. Like, he chilling. Got plenty of money. Own 30 houses. Stayed in three at the same time. He put me on game. He made me look like, dang. I wake up, I stop and get breakfast. Damn, Chris, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm a young dude, so what do you think I'm gonna do when I get off? Go spend some more money. And I kept bringing excuses and talking about what I want to do business, and he held me accountable. Look, don't come in here tomorrow talking about this if you ain't did it. I ain't got the money. I don't want to hear you ain't got the money. 'Cause I just sat here. You rode around with me while you was in training. I calculated you just wasted $1,500. Money might be tight, but it's certain, like he was showing me, it's certain adjustments you can make so your money wouldn't be tight. Is you willing to do it? Most
so,
people ain't willing to
so,
do it.
so he was one of the main first people that kind of held you accountable. Like, do you
Man, one of
think?
the main first people sat me down. I had 401k, didn't even know what 401k was. And them older white guys sat me down and taught me the game. So can I be all pro power and all that stuff like what people be talking about? I can't even sit here and make that statement because everybody ain't the same.
Right. Some people say, "Where do you meet these old rich folk at?" It's like, well, they're at the country club. Where else do you
Man,
hang out at?
uh, change the environment. I go to nice restaurants. I'm gonna get y'all everybody. Don't go. I hate to even say it, man. You talk about this all the time, and what I tell you, because I be in these spots. I hate to see my own people come up in a nice restaurant and we dress like we going to church, or we ain't never been anywhere. Like we don't supposed to be there. We go on special occasions. It makes us feel good. I turned that into like normal for me by my hustle. I don't even go sit in the dining area. I go sit at the bar. So you want to know how to meet the rich people? Most of the successful people sit at the bar. CEOs, the big managers, and everything else. They ain't studying that restaurant, man. They ain't there to relax. They done had a long day, Christian of meetings and politicking with people. Now we can get a drink, sit at the bar, have a little outside of work conversation, go to the crib. But we're in a nice, fine establishment and we can eat any meal on that menu from the bar.
Right.
But they so savvy with their money, you don't even understand. They run specials, drink specials, and food specials and stuff in the evening. So they still, you know, they still spending their money the correct way. That's where you meet these people that change your environment. You
Okay.
think you're gonna meet them over here at the club or where everybody chill to drink out? Nah, go on the other side and act like you fit in. But if you're in that room with us, the knowledge you're gonna get out of this room, I feel you tell you how the conference go with it. Chris will tell you, you ain't gonna go to sleep. The
Nah. Nah.
information gonna wake you up if you ain't never heard.
For
Now
sure.
we talking about trade and everything else.
Yeah.
He know.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
conversation get deep in that room.
Hold on.
Now
What's that noise over there?
that's me making more money while I'm talking to you.
What's that noise over there? It's sound like a ghost of some money. Said it said warm. It's like a ghost over there making money or something in the background making. What you making
Like the
phantom
market,
money or something?
look, the market is really jumping right now.
It's
I
at
posted
11
some
at 10 p.m. and this is but
listen, and they thinking this play. Guess what? I'm gonna add this. Whoever follow me on Facebook, you see, I'm gonna add the updated screen on. You gonna see that it done went up some more. I just say I probably made something else because it's a trading is, and I'm gonna talk about it at the company. Trading is a mindset, a mental thing, man. It's not complicated as y'all think. I can literally pull up a chart right now, just like I know, and break the chart down in 5 minutes.
But what happens when a person runs into an emotional roadblock? Like they real just being honest, man. A lot of people run into emotional. They'll tell you
Guess what?
once they realize it's mental and emotional.
Everybody want to get rich before they time. So you
Okay.
you, you call Cornell. Cornell always say the same thing. All right, you say you making less than $200 on your job every day. All right, we're gonna shoot to making over 300 to 500 every day. Now after I show it to you, you start getting it down pat. You lose the whole idea of 300 to 500 because you're looking at what I'm doing, trying to be me, instead of taking care of your business for your family and work. Forget about worrying about what everybody else making. Learn the system because eventually you'll be making what I'm making. But
Right.
waste your time. It took me 8 months. Now I'm giving you better information than I had. I see people catch on in 3 months now. But that's dedication every day looking at this ain't nothing you play around with. That's what was told me before. Guess what? This is something that you had to want to do on your own, even though I'm sharing the information with
Great point. That's a great point. And there's a lot of introverts in the world, Cornell. So this does cater to introverts. Day trading for income caters towards you trying to be a in the house brainiac. Now, you don't need to be a brainiac to do this, but we're saying that you want to be able to, you like being in a house and studying and dedicating yourself to something that is going to enable you to make money from your laptop anywhere in the world.
you. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. So if you're an introvert, you can live anywhere you want to live. You don't have to be poor. Excuse me, because you're an introvert. You don't have to be poor because you're an introvert. You know how many people, Cornell, they're not public speakers. So because they're not like public, they don't like being out. They're introverts. These are real people in the world. They're like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna make money. So they go into tech. They do, but what? They got a job. We're talking about you being able to do this and be free. It caters to a individual.
And that's the most important part of my life people don't get. I'm free. When my kids got something going on, I mean, I'm back and forth. I was in Atlanta earlier, in Alabama now. Man, I'm telling you where I might be at toward the end of the week. My kids may have something going on. I ain't gotta call nobody and change nothing around. It it freed up my time like it was supposed to. It wasn't about the money for me. It was about the freed up time to get what if I had went downtown with them black guys, I would have worked my life away. I've been working 20 some hours, pretty much 20 hours a day. I did it. I work. People don't ever trying to get people to see like you can't tell me something I already been through. Y'all looking at the end result. But yes, Cornell had a franchise. We get out work, go work his franchise. Why he still had to pull them 14, 15 hours a day at the phone company. Yeah, real life.
Was it really
Didn't
14
complain.
hours? Is that real man hours? I
20,
mean, how many
20,
breaks did
20,
you get?
20 man hours some days.
How many how many
And guess
breaks did
what?
you get?
Think about it, Chris. It's the phone company. That's one of the most important resources. So
Right.
while everybody else get to take a break when storms and stuff going on, who at work?
I mean, were you standing
Who
on your
got,
feet the whole
who got
time?
not the whole time, but you working. You
Okay.
might have to go 14, 15, 20, 30 days straight. No day off.
No day off?
Go home, get you a couple hours sleep. Many times, sometimes you need to make it home. You sleep in your truck, the van. Get your little nap, wake up, get back to work.
Damn.
While everybody else, okay, the storm hit. Guess what? They job got them sitting at the house, shut down. We ain't shut down. Then I got a whole other business I'm trying to start on the side that I got to take care of.
Right.
That's before I had employees.
Right. I had
So
actually. Go
why
ahead.
would I go hard in the trade to nowadays? Look at what I made today. That's a couple of hours. I don't want to reiterate to people. That's a couple hours with the money being provided to me. So let's do the numbers. When I show the screenshot, I was at 5,400. Talking to Christian right now, I'm at about $6,025. But even if I had to pay them folks today and get them 20%, am I complaining? Because if you see my post from yesterday, what I made 4,000 yesterday.
Now, some people might say,
So
"All right, you ain't no top
that's
dog doing no goddamn $4,000 a day," but that is actually about $1 million a year. Because if you think about it, that's about $20,000 a week,
I ain't
which is
competing with everybody else. I do
I.
what's comfortable to me.
Thank you. That's what I want you to say, and it's not. I'm not saying it in a negative way. I know you know I'm
Yeah,
not saying it in a negative way, but
I know what you're talking about,
okay,
but
yeah.
people chasing other people's things. How, of course, like how many of you even make that every day on the job? Then we talking real life.
Right.
So people always have an opinion of somebody else's dream, and you ain't on that level because you aim at high, but you ain't aiming high the correct way. So you might see my screens out. The professional's making way more than that. I don't care what the professional made. He's a professional.
Right.
he like what you were talking about. He's managing money probably for other people.
Right. I mean, we're definitely not taking anything away from $4,000
Yeah,
a day. We're just having a great conversation because some people would look at that. Not us. We just saying just that somebody says, "Oh man, it's only 4,000." It's like, okay, you think
only
about
four
that. I
thousand.
know they
Some
only
people
saying
here,
it. Yeah, they're trying to say it like
some
it's not
people
a
here
lot.
make four thousand in a month.
Thank you. They making it sound like this isn't like really like pro status at this point. It's like, well, it's not 40K a day. Like if somebody was doing 40K a
And
day, that
guess
would
what I
sound
did when it introduced to me? The total opposite of what we're talking about right now.
right. Right.
Anybody that was in a better position than me that shared with me helped me and like I listened to people.
Right.
So when the man said, hey, yeah, not only did he make this thing, but he won't have to worry about money anymore, he showed it to me and told me, hey, I can't force you to study. This is how you can make the money. What you think I'm finna go do?
Study so I
You
can
mean
make
to
the money.
tell me if I get this and I'm seeing how fast we making the money every morning, less than an hour, 15 minutes, this could be my life once I get it?
Now, why didn't you make it an intellectual endeavor? Bro, People be getting so hurt by it, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you know the numbers. So it's
No
not
number.
like you don't know the numbers. You know the
That
numbers.
no number.
But I'm trying to tell you, like, it's an intellectual endeavor. They're how do I say this? They literally look at it as it's them against the market, but they against the institutions. And sometimes they might be blindly thinking they don't know. There's quite a few people in the market that are trading against the institutions. So so when you're talking to them, the
I'm gonna give my little
conversation's
piece of
off.
advice, cause like what y'all gonna do at the conference, even people that the men. I'm gonna get a little more detail this time. Like I tell you, I'm gonna have my presentation updated. I'm gonna have some screenshots. I'm gonna actually have a video. Cause one thing I'm gonna teach y'all that most people ain't gonna teach you online is that the statement you just made. The same people control everything. Let me just give y'all a quick synopsis and go do your research. You hear all this Bitcoin stuff. The same people that create and hold the power in the stock market control the Bitcoin. So what you're gonna learn in a room with me is that chart looks the same no matter what you do. Cornell, what you mean by it? No matter, Christian, what we trade, that chart is controlled by the same big private institutions making all the savvy moves. So they got their own system in place. So what I'm doing, NASDAQ, oil, see what I'm saying? Crypto, options, buying stocks. Chart moves the same way.
Somebody said,
Nobody gonna
"What did
teach
you
you.
study? Mostly the charts."
That's all you got to study is the charts. Listen to the statement I just made. I'm gonna sell y'all some money out here for all you guys buying all the different courses from options to stocks to futures trading to forex. The chart don't change. Literally, all I got to do is sit down and learn how to put options trading the system. Literally, all I got to do is find out how to buy a stock in the system. Forex, same thing in the system. Same people control it. Now I just got to learn the system, platform that is on. Problem solved. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, how much information they give you. Some people got to sell you on things. I ain't finna sell you on nothing. We're gonna get straight to the point. Christian, this is what it is. If you follow it, it's gonna work for you. And FYI, just like I know, what I'm showing ain't failed yet. That
He
ain't
went
saying the
there.
market. That ain't saying that the market ain't failed. But what I show you is private. That ain't even online. When you get the concept, you shouldn't really lose or blow accounts anymore.
We actually talked to actually Marlon the other day. He said he was actually thinking about playing up coming up. So I was like, that's good. Be good to see him there. A lot of people might want to see him there. You know, you
I
know.
think this is gonna be a big one. It's gonna probably be.
We
We done did some. All of them be
so
sold out. So,
yeah. So this is gonna be another one. That's all it
but a
is.
lot of people really just keeping up with what I'm doing nowadays and following my. Y'all don't even understand. I'm sitting there talking to Chris. I got almost 100 people in my mentor group that does everything that I do on a month to month and long term, and they dealing with my people.
Right.
These people getting in position, getting the same things I'm getting. The counts, the business credit, the trust accounts.
Right.
Moving as a unit. Well, like my post there, what I said, we finna move on to a real estate trust fund here in a minute. That's how we move. We working together because y'all don't understand the people that y'all looking up to is working together. The Jewish people gonna work together. The Arabians gonna work together. Indian people gonna work together. Next thing you know, when they put all their money in together in the same pot, they own and control a lot of things. We don't think like that.
Right.
And that's why we fall behind. Well, sure, I don't want Christian to make more money than me. I'm not gonna even share with it. Really, all this money out here, and it's like, he's like,
Right. Well, there's a scarcity mindset. A lot of people are not like, oh man, can I make all this money? So they don't know that there's money available to them. They think it's a scarcity thing. So first of all, you got to get past these hurdles, man. These limiting beliefs. If you have that, like, oh man, it's scarcity. The government's controlling money, blah blah. That's why when we talk to someone that typed into the chat, the things that we type in, they type into the chat about, oh, should we do this, should that? It's like ultimately when you're living in a capitalist society, you have to capitalize off your talent, your ability to literally generate capital. You have to capitalize off that. Whether that's a portfolio manager, when he just mentioned that the institutions are running the money, well, guess what? That's the portfolio managers. Did you hear that? When he said who's running the market, that's the portfolio managers. It's not the day traders for income. It's the
nah.
portfolio managers. But whether you want to say he's found like one of those Tony Hawk tricks that he does, and he wins
And
the yeah.
you can call it Tony Hawk, but guess what? I know who control that market. They ain't worried about me making a couple hundred or that couple thousand. Hey, boss, I'm out your way. In and out. You ain't see me. I'm like flash. In and out. Boom, boom.
And that's where where me and you will not disagree. Where when me and you are talking, you're like, look, you could trade from a $500,000 account. You could trade from $1 million account. Once you have that, you're free. When you're
You
free
free.
and you can make trade and
This
you
is how
trade from
much power is in trade. All those that you can learn how to make $20 to $40, right?
one sec, Courtney. I need you to tell me how to get them into the mentorship group. So can you like either send me an email while you're talking, or tell me, and then I can put that into the chat for the people here.
Uh, www.patreon.com/one foundation.
Is it literally the number or the actual word?
Spell it out. One line foundation.
One ALLIANCE Foundation. There you go. One Alliance Foundation. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Now with the mentorship, which I talk about it at the conference, it's more than trading. We doing a lot of different things. People in my group, first of all, you got to learn financial literacy. Your credit ain't straight. You got to get your credit straight. Out the top, it ain't much you can do without that credit, especially if you ain't got the money. You use if you say you ain't got the money, use the resource. You may find somebody to fix your credit for three, four, $500. What they gonna do when your credit fits? Guess what? In my group, you learn which my business partner will be at the conference. We just ain't put up the new flyers and all that yet, but she'll be there.
Right.
That does the business credit and gets it done probably at a faster rate than your bank and anybody else is doing. Now, a person that didn't have anything may have access to $100,000, $200,000, Chris. 0% interest first year. Guess what? Time to do some real investing. And it's getting sweeter and sweeter for us to move the right way. Like you look at the trade. Look what I said. I go pay $800, $900 to take a test, pass the two phases of the test, and you tell me you're gonna give me $250,000, and all I gotta do is give you 20%. And the trade y'all seeing me doing is at a very low level for that type of money. Know what you mean by that? When you learn the proper way of trading, you understand. Them ain't even big trades I'm taking. That's the crazy thing about it, Chris.
Hey,
Because
four
when you
thousand
got a
dollars is
big
a
listen,
good
when
bill
you
for the
got a
day.
bigger account in the same move that was $20 to $40 has a little money behind it, is worth, we just keep it low, $1,000.
Let's be realistic though. What is more for more people's personality type from what you've seen? Would you say it's day trading for income or portfolio management or portfolio manager?
To my success rates,
Nah, just like the fact that like most people's personality is probably suited to trading over a longer period of time so they can give themselves time to get over the fear or over the angst of holding on to money. Whereas
so
if
you
you're
should be
day
doing
trading,
Forex. I suggest for it. You know, I do that anyway. Like, I'm a realist. Like, I've been around 1,000 people that try to catch on trading Nasdaq, and they call it futures. And like I said, I still know less than probably 10 that know how to trade.
Right.
We're going on how many, man? We're going on a very long time period for me, of me saying that. Because I've been around trading for the last 9 years.
So once again, do most people have the personality that you run into? Like just people, that come to you, they say they want to learn to trade, and they want to learn to trade, and blah blah blah. They want to learn to trade, but when you really talk to them, do you think their personality is as close to yours, where they're gonna go in, get the money, and keep it moving for the rest of the day, go in, or they're gonna be up at 10 o'clock at night? Literally, you're up at 10 o'clock at night, casually going in and living your life. Now you think about that. The Think about how much a person has to be in control of their life to literally be that comfortable with the risk, the reward, and be comfortable doing it while we having a conversation on podcasts. I mean, you're definitely an elite category for sure. But
I,
let's just say,
I will suggest what I'm doing now for somebody that like I said that ain't put the time in to study. Like, it's natural to me. Like, look how many years I got in. Like, even though I'm talking to you, I'm sitting there looking at the chart. When they give me what I need to get, you talking to me is not even bothering. Back then, when I was learning, that would bother me. I wouldn't dare do this back then starting off. Now, I don't even, like I said, stop loss wise in my head. I don't even need it. That's how crazy it is nowadays.
teaching bad habits, man. He said, that's not crazy. Okay, Jeezy, you know what I mean? Okay,
But
Gucci
when you
man,
get
you
in
know
the
what I
class
mean?
with me, you'll see that I'm gonna teach you the right way because everybody's not a Nasdaq or Dow Jones or S&P 500 trader. You might be a good forex trader.
Right.
Them trades gonna run longer. That's not the screenshot you see that I'm taking now. Now it might be a trade because they run 3, 4 weeks
But at the same time,
and you get paid.
what's crazy is we've seen you throughout the years go from market to market. We've heard you tap assets throughout the day. Gold, oil. We've heard you
Yeah,
tap forex pairs. Oh man, so talk about that. Talk about now. We know the reason why you can go from market to market. But we want you to repeat it because the audience they need to hear it maybe in another way, another
the
question.
same people control everything. Financial institutions and big private investment run all this what y'all looking at. Even with the crypto that y'all think y'all control, you don't control.
Huh.
They control. Because if you imagine when the first wave of millionaires went through that first time, the government seen that a lot of uneducated people got paid money. That's when it started changing.